Welcome back, everybody, for another episode of Plates, Pints, and Plaid, with the plaid being silent this summer. Um, Today, we're going to talk about a New Brunswick mistake and a Seinfeld reference, and we're going to drink a beer that's just not very good. And there's a story there. So, for those of you that don't know me, you can probably figure out that I went to college a long time ago, a period measured in decades. We'll just put it that way. When I was in college, when something tasted bad, we used to say it tasted like ass. And I don't think people really say that anymore for a number of reasons, but that was kind of the inspiration for today's beer, which is Utica Club. I have had this before, but not in a long time. I don't have fond memories of it. Um, I just remember not really liking it, but I'm going to have some today for the sake of art and because it ties into the plates. So, yeah, this is Utica Club. Fun fact, was the first beer sold in the United States after Prohibition. And if you don't believe it, it says so right on the can. So, there's that. Um, and if you don't know, Prohibition ended in December of 1933. So, wow, that is very light colored. And I gotta say, I apologize to Samuel Adams. I'm sorry. Um, some people don't think this is too bad. I was reading reviews today to kind of remind myself if it was as bad as I remembered. And a lot of people don't have a huge problem with this. So this may backfire on me. Hmm. See, I'm not a Pilsner guy anyway. Hmm. Pilsner lager beer. That's what it says. Uh, yeah. Well, it's just kind of, I'll be honest, it's just kind of there. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. So it's not awful, but I mean, anybody that shopped for beer lately knows how many options there are. I mean, I don't know why anybody would. I mean, there are cheaper beer option. I mean, cheap beer options that compete with this. That you know, good old Coors Banquet beer. Anyway, whew, yeah. I guess it could. This would be a good lawnmower beer. You know what that is, right? Good beer to have after you've been slaving away out in the hot summer sun mowing your lawn. I guess that would be appropriate. Okay, so the plates. So we're going to talk about New Brunswick first. So New Brunswick in 1986 was coming out with a new license plate, and they produced um, this plate in what we call an ABC 123 format. Three letters and then three numbers. Pretty common, at least it used to be. So they started at AAA 100, and then they just kind of went from there. And about 1990, they were going up through the ASR series, and when they got to ASR 999, you would think they would skip the next letter series, but they did not. They produced all 900 of these ass plates, um, 900 pairs, and uh, and then they realized their mistake before they issued them, so they sold them for scrap. And recording outside, like I said, you never know what's going to happen. We got the choppers coming in now. Anyway, there they go. Coast Guard. Anyway, good times. So yeah, so they made all 900 pairs of these, sold them for scrap, and somehow they ended up in the hands of collector or collectors because every license plate collector that really wants one of these has one. So kind of fun, which leads me to the next plate we're going to talk about. For you Seinfeld fans, you can probably already see where this is going. Um, Back around 2015, Maine did away with censoring their vanity license plates, their personalized plates, due to a court case. I won't get into that whole thing, but so the result was they didn't censor vanity plates at all unless, they contain hate speech. I think that was the only thing that could keep you from getting your desired vanity plate. So since 2015, I've only seen one or two really offensive plates. I'm a little disappointed, but I've seen pictures, and I mean every permeation, variation of the F bomb, any swear word you can think of, it's been put on a plate. And actually, I think it was last week, there was a law signed that ended that. So that is no more. But for that time period, these plates were they were out there, they were available. Because I don't have more than one car to register for myself, I didn't really take advantage of getting an offensive license plate. I did, however, request one, and this is where the Seinfeld reference comes in. You Seinfeld fans will recognize this. This is the plate that Kramer had on his 1973 Chevy Impala. I was actually kind of hoping I could find a green 1973 Chevy Impala to put these on, but that didn't work out, and here we are. So this is the only offensive plate I have in my collection, but as a casual Seinfeld fan, I like it. It's on the wall of the garage usually. And then another fun fact, actually, speaking of Kramer's 1973 Chevy Impala, not well known is the fact that that car was actually a very rare experimental car that Chevrolet made. It was one of 1,000 Impalas that Chevy made with a sophisticated dual airbag system. And that was about as far as it got. They made, I think it was 1,000 cars. It had a modified Oldsmobile dashboard, airbag. You can tell the steering wheel looks different and the dashboard looks different. They also had some suspension tweaks that they got from the police cars of the time, and it had a Corvette engine, different than the regular Caprice engine that was usually available. So if you didn't know that before, now you do. And that's it for today. So I wouldn't rush out and buy yourself some Utica Club, but it's not as bad as I remember, so that's a plus. Anyway, that's it. Until next time. See ya.